Albertha Magdalene Joseph, also known as Butter, of Riversally, who resided at Latost St. Patrick, passed away on Saturday 19th June 2021 at the age of 96. She was the mother of Joan and Denise Joseph in the United Kingdom, Heron Joseph in the USA, Veronica Joseph, also known as Denna, in Canada, Benedict Joseph, also known as Psycho, and Geraldine Drayton in Grenada, adopted mother of Lescott Charles, grandmother of Darren Daniel, Amelia and Kadesh Drayton, Nicole and Rolando Joseph, Charmaine Howard, Steve and Sharon, Zorisha Joseph and Nikisha Ashley, great-grandmother of 22, including Cameron, Kadisha, Caden, Joseph, Carla, Jamil, Jaden, Isaiah and Josiah, great-great-grandmother of 11, sister of Eulalia Joseph, also known as Lala, aunt of many including Brenda Mitchell, mother-in-law of Montieth Drayton and Vina Joseph, her caregiver Marcella Alexander. Many other relatives and close friends including Irma Thomas, Chriselle McSween, Cheryl Toussaint, the Cornwall family, the Joseph family in Grenada and Trinidad, the Benjamin family, the Mungo, Decoto and Hunt families in Trinidad, the Toussaint and Mitchell families, the pastor and members of the Riversally Pentecostal Church, and friends and neighbours of Latost, Riversally and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Albertha Magdalene Joseph, also known as Butter, of Riversally, who resided at Latost St. Patrick, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Francis Terry Clarkson of Mardi Gras St. Paul's, who resided at Péché Montgelou St. George, passed away on Sunday, June 20th, 2021, at the age of 86. He is survived by his children Berylan, Terry, Fitzgerald and Esther, grandchildren Fitzgerald, Daniela, Diamond, Rock, Maya, Carter and Terry III, daughter-in-law Velma, son-in-law Ashton, sister Lillian Clarkson, brothers-in-law Alfred, George, James Glean and Thaddeus McQueen, sisters-in-law Margaret Glean and Beryl McQueen, many nieces and nephews including Tessa, Jacqueline, Jocelyn, Sherma, Earl and Laurie, other relatives and friends including Kenny James and Edwin Felix, the Clarkson, Bruno, Glean, Mark and Griffith families, members of the People's Church St. Paul's, the Reverend Jeremiah Prescott and Reverend Lloyd Gift, and members of the Construction and Agricultural Fraternity. Many other relatives and friends, too numerous to mention. The funeral service and interment of the late Francis Terry Clarkson of Mardi Gras St. Paul's, who resided at Péché Montgelou St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Kenrick Lewis, also known as Bolly, Crow and Palu, of Tivoli St. Andrew, who resided at Grand Anse Valley St. George, passed away on Sunday, June 20th, 2021, at the age of 69. He was the husband of Agnes Lewis, father of Kester, Camina in the USA, Carvel, Rochelle, Rick and O'Brien in Canada, stepfather of Keyshawn and Kehorn, brother of Anastasia, also known as Bennett, Unita, Wilson, Clarice and Randolph in the USA, Deslin and Ina in the UK, and Frederica, grandfather of Keston, Lenoy, Camille, Kareem, Cassidy, Corinne, Lennon, Aviel, Shondell, Jabari, Zalia and Jaden, father-in-law of Colette, Adele and Tiffany, uncle of many including Gemma, Glenn, Sherlyn, Lindy and Abigail, brother-in-law of Trevor and James, many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Bristol family of Pearls, the Cornwall family of Riversally, the Sparks family of St. David, the Francois and Charles families of La Poterie, the boys by Bragga's shop, and friends and neighbours of Tivoli, Grand Anse Valley, La Poterie and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Kenrick Lewis, also known as Bolly, Crow and Palu, of Tivoli St. Andrew, who resided at Grand Anse Valley St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Rosalind Phillip, also known as Auntie Dolly, of Bonaire St. Mark, passed away on Monday 7th June 2021 at the age of 66. She was the wife of Albert Phillip, mother of Ziza Phillip and Ziska Phillip, mother-in-law of Sabrina Fleming Phillip, sister of Curtis Batiste, Verna King, Stetty and Adeline Batiste, sister-in-law of Phyllis Batiste, Teresa, Eslyn, Anne-Marie Phillip, David Stan Phillip and Anthony Phillip, aunt of Joseph and David Ferguson, Samuel Batiste, Davin Phillip, Travis Batiste, Richard King, Dale Norrie, Annie, Caroline and Carleen Batiste, Davika Phillip and Tanisha Roberts, grand-aunt of Darville and Kadisha Ray, Josanne and Joselle Roach, Craig Rayburn, Lavon Straker, Nicole George and Shalana Batiste. Many cousins, other relatives and friends, including William Samuel, Gordon Batiste, Llewellyn Benjamin, Zeke Buddy, Samuel Peters and family, Brenda Penny Andrew and family, Carol George and family, the Frank family of Victoria, the Phillip family of Coast Guard, and friends and neighbours of Bonaire and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Rosalind Phillip, also known as Auntie Dolly of Bonaire St. Mark, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Alfred George, also known as Mr. George, of Backstreet, Hillsborough, Carriacou, passed away on Sunday, June 20th, 2021, at the age of 87. He was the uncle of Nestor Stanislaus, Amy Batiste, Dolly Cato, Alexia David, Patricia Charles, Todd, Sonny and Theo Alexis, Cuthbert and Sharon George, grand-uncle of many. Other relatives and friends, including the Alexis family of Harveyvale, the Drummond, Cox, Cudjoe and Phillip families of Dover Carriacou, Anselm and Yvette James, Patricia John, Teacher Mary, Teacher Wanda, Ivika Atkins, Miss Kwamina, residents and staff of the St. Martin Home in Grenada and the Top Hill Senior Citizens Home in Carriacou, and neighbours of Backstreet, Hillsborough and surrounding areas, too numerous to mention. The funeral service for the late Alfred George, also known as Mr. George, of Backstreet, Hillsborough, Carriacou, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Rachel Bartholomew, also known as Teacher Rachel or Rary, of Lucas Street, who resided at Melrose Lamode St. George, teacher at the St. Michael's RC School, passed away on Friday 25th June 2021 at the age of 50. Left to mourn are her father Joseph Bartholomew, sons Josh Bartholomew and Brian John, adopted children too numerous to mention, siblings Keith and Kenneth Sears, Michael Seeley, Michael Lambert and Michael Bartholomew, many aunts and uncles too numerous to mention, nephews Kevin Bartholomew and Brandon Lambert, niece Cindy Seeley, in-laws including Lynette Lambert, godmother of many too numerous to mention, other relatives and friends including Alma, Miss Alexander, Ann Pascal, Kim Gordon, Sally Augustine, Moses Smith and family, Judy Belmar and family, the Bradford family, the St. Joseph's Convent graduating class of 1988, the staff and students of the St. Michael's RC School 1990 to 2021, and friends and neighbours in the surrounding areas of the Carenage, Woburn and Lamode St. George. The funeral service and entombment of the late Rachel Bartholomew, also known as Teacher Rachel or Rary, of Lucas Street, who resided at Melrose Lamode St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. George Churchill Charles, also known as Alamo, of Victoria St. Mark, who resided in Brooklyn, New York, passed away on Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, at the age of 78. He was the son of Henderson Charles, also known as Corporal Charles, and Monica Griffith, husband of Hilary Charles, father of Krell, Fentress, Brian, Neil, Lisa, Ethan and others. Siblings Don, Odessa, Janice, Bernadine, Joy, Maria, Hugh, Winston, Loxton, Bernadette, Shermer, Nessie and Yoland. Cousin and uncle of the Frederick, Welsh, Lewis, Ray, Bain and Kerwin families and many others. The funeral service and interment of the late George Churchill Charles, also known as Alamo, of Victoria St. Mark, who resided in Brooklyn, New York, will take place on Tuesday, July 20th at 10:30 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Harmony Funeral Home, 2200 Clarendon Road, Brooklyn, New York, 11226. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Clifford Marshall of Clogier St. John, who resided at Seamoon St. Andrew, died on Wednesday, 23rd June 2021 at the age of 56. Left to mourn his mother, Anne Marshall, siblings Lily, Pearl, Louis and Junior Marshall, uncles Desmond Marshall and Valden Boldu, many other uncles and aunts too numerous to mention, sister-in-law Kathy Marshall, brother-in-law Colin Marshall, other close relatives and friends including Shane, Dennis Bernard and family, the Passay family, the Baldo family, the Brown family, and John Wells, also known as Brother John. The funeral service and interment of the late Clifford Marshall of Clogier St. John, who resided at Seamoon St. Andrew, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Nerika Jack, née Horsford of Mount Pleasant, Carriacou, resided in Woburn, St. George, passed away on Monday, 28th June at the age of 36. Left to mourn her husband, Emil Jack, daughter, Emira Jack, mother, Margaret Horsford, father, Terence Brown, sisters of Roxanne, Siobhan, Bashima Horsford, Abigail and Jamelia Redhead in Canada, brothers, Bertrando Horsford, Jamal Scandalberry and Haskim Scandalberry, aunts, Sharon McIntyre, Colin Charles, Esther Brown, Ellen Horsford, Ann Tellisford, and Joan Horsford, uncle of Kelvin Vincent, Nigel Vincent, Leroy Brown, Chester Brown, Joseph Horsford, and Samuel Horsford, father-in-law of Elvis Jack and family of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, mother-in-law of Annette Clement of Petit Martinique, brother-in-law of Bruno, Andrew, Eric, and Emilio, sister-in-law of Emilia Jack, nieces, nephews, and cousins too numerous to mention. Other relatives and friends including Carvel Harvey and family in Canada, Horsford and Tellisford family, Fletcher family, Bonaparte family, Thomas family, Emma King and family of Latante, Miss Lydia Cox and family, Patricia Charles and family, Fran Archer in Carriacou, Errol Samuel, Auntie Rayburn of Springs, Ronald Simon and family in Calivini, Charles Frame, Huggins and Foodland Department staff of Logan Road, friends and neighbors of Petit Martinique, Congregational Church of Calivini Gospel Hall, Gary Ross and family, Slinger, Wilcox, Hall and Vidal family. The funeral service and interment of the late Nerika Jack will be held privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Loxley Murray, also known as Cooley, of Rucane, who resided at Malmount St. David, passed away on Saturday, 5th June 2021 at the age of 43. He was the son of Lawrence and Bernadette Murray, grandson of Ermintrude Peters, beloved partner of Keisha Otley, father of Chantel Jones, Lakeisha and Akeisha Otley, Kurt and Kurtzen Murray, grandfather of Jaylee Otley, brother of Lyle, Lyldon, Linton and Lennon Murray. Many aunts and uncles including Danny, Carly, Emmanuel, Doreen, Hilary, Laurette, Ermin, Sharon, Joan and Joyce. Grandnephew of Marjorie in Trinidad. 3 sisters-in-law. Friends including Rondell Wickham, Peter Regis, Martin Bascom, Peter Francis, Cherry Lewis, Derek Thompson, Marvin, Lucas, Antonia Tellisford, the Welding Fraternity of Grenada, and the Bikers Association. Many other relatives and friends including the James, Murray, Charles, Francis, Regis, Otley and Celestine families, Maurice Williams, Keith Cobb, Keith Alexander, and friends and neighbours of Rucane, Malmount, Grandroy, Belle-Isle and surrounding areas. The funeral service and entombment of the late Loxley Murray, also known as Cooley, of Rucane, who resided at Malmount St. David, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Nora Trotman, also known as Nora Knight, Auntie Nor's, Miss Nora and Queen, of Douglaston St. John, passed away on Tuesday 22nd June 2021 in London, England. She was the wife of Charlie, mother of Sherry, Paula, Gary and Jackie, grandmother of Leanne, Ashley, Jason, Rihanna and Jay, great-grandchildren including Cairo, Ramiz, Caden, Javon and Kai, sister of Greta and Lurlin, many nieces, nephews and godchildren in Grenada, Trinidad, the USA and Canada. The funeral of the late Nora Trotman, also known as Nora Knight, Auntie Nor's, Miss Nora and Queen, of Douglaston St. John, will take place on Friday 23rd July in London, England. A memorial service will be held in Grenada at a later date. Arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Elizabeth Glean, also known as Sister, of Black Bay St. John, passed away on Saturday 10th July 2021 at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Elizabeth Glean, also known as Sister, of Black Bay St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Leroy George Sylvester, also known as Chicky Chick and Panman, of Upper Patterson Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, passed away on Monday 13th July 2021 at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Leroy George Sylvester, also known as Chicky Chick and Panman, of Upper Patterson Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cecil Ferreira, also known as Old Cess, of Mount Nesbitt St. John, passed away on Monday 12th July 2021 at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Cecil Ferreira, also known as Old Cess, of Mount Nesbitt St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Joanna Elizabeth Phillip, also known as Joey, of Happy Hill, who resided at Green Street, St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 7th July, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements of the late Joanna Elizabeth Phillip will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Herbert Dutton, also known as Mr. Hubby, of Brooklyn St. John, passed away on Monday 5th July 2021 at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Herbert Dutton, also known as Mr. Hubby, of Brooklyn St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cassandra Andrew, also known as Cassie, of Grandon St. George, passed away on Tuesday, July 6th, 2021, at the age of 44. The funeral arrangements for the late Cassandra Andrew, also known as Cassie, of Grandon St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Derek L. Lewis, also known as Chubby, of Paradise St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, at the age of 33. The funeral arrangements for the late Derek L. Lewis, also known as Chubby, of Paradise St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ian Young, of Monjaloo St. George, passed away on Monday 5th July 2021 at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Ian Young of Monjaloo St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Mackie Wickham of Monkridge St. Patrick passed away on Friday, 2nd July 2021 at the age of 95. The funeral arrangements for the late Mackie Wickham of Monkridge St. Patrick will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Joseph Gabriel Charles, also known as Gabriel Fleming, and Erasto Barco of Monkrodney St. Patrick, who resided at Paradise St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 2nd July 2021 at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Joseph Gabriel Charles, also known as Gabriel Fleming, and Erasto Barco of Monkrodney St. Patrick, who resided at Paradise St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Jacqueline Worm of the Bocas St. George died on June 30th, 2021 at the age of 59. The funeral arrangements for the late Jacqueline Worm of the Bocas St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Anthony Andrew Julian, also known as Officer, Tweety, and Brother Julian of Pedmotar St. David, Police Constable 898, who was attached to the Central Police Station, passed away on Tuesday, 29th June 2021 at the age of 57. The funeral arrangements for the late Anthony Andrew Julian, also known as Officer, Tweety, and Brother Julian of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Carmen Sam of Springs St. George died on June 27, 2021 at the age of 100. The funeral arrangements for the late Carmen Sam of Springs St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Catherine Simeon of Old Westerhall St. David passed away on Sunday, 27th June 2021 at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Catherine Simeon of Old Westerhall St. David will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lennox Paul Cox, also known as Nako and Daddy Pro of Belvedere Carriacou, passed away on Monday, 21st June 2021 at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Lennox Paul Cox, also known as Nako and Daddy Pro of Belvedere Carriacou, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Wesley Beggs of Laborie St. Paul's, former Commissioner of Her Majesty's Prisons and Coordinator of the Probation Unit at the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, passed away on Friday, 11th June 2021 at the age of 57. The funeral arrangements for the late Wesley Beggs of Laborie St. Paul St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lindy Skinner of Hopevale St. George, who resided at John Anglais St. George, passed away on Monday, 7th June 2021 at the age of 38. The funeral arrangements for the late Lindy Skinner of Hopevale, who resided at John Anglais St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
Death and dying are the inevitable events and realities of life. The passing of a friend or loved one often brings with it the feelings of sadness, grief, and pain. There is always the period of sorrow and mourning for those who experience such loss. Brothers and sisters, particularly in this time and season of how you feel and what you may be thinking as a result of the passing of your loved one, there is a source and means of comfort that you can tap into. That source and means of comfort is God and His Word that speaks specifically and directly to our situation. Hear the word to you today. He says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." What I believe he is saying through this verse to you and everyone that is now experiencing some measure of grief or sorrow, and what I also believe is implied in that which he says, are the following. Mourning is an understandable, normal, and real expression of your emotions. Mourning presents the opportunity for us to experience the comfort of family, friends, and loved ones. Mourning identifies us with each other in our humanity and morality. Mourning will not last forever. It is for a particular season and reason. Mourning connects us with the ultimate source and means of comfort that is always available to us, God, our Heavenly Father, through Jesus Christ. And so today, we look to the Lord in prayer, Him who is able to comfort us with the comfort that we need in times like these. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God of comfort, we pray even now for those who mourn and are in need of your comfort. May your love embrace them. May your grace afford them the strength for each day and hope for tomorrow. May you inspire and motivate them to stand upon the promises of your word. And may your Spirit lead and direct them to the ultimate source and means of comfort which can be found in you and the promises of your word. This prayer we offer through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.